Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley with Haley Stitches, and today I'm going to show you how to wind and insert your bobbin into your Singer Tradition sewing machine. Let's get started. The first thing that we'll need to wind the bobbin is a spool of thread. I am using a 100% cotton Aurifil thread for quilting, but you can use whatever thread you have available. The color I'm using today is called Dove. So we want to place the thread on the spool pin, and it does go up a little bit to make this easier. And then you want to put the spool cap on the pin. Because the end of my spool of thread is pretty small, I'm going to place it so the small side of the cap is against the small side of the thread. Next, we want to find the end of our thread and place it through the thread guide. And then we're going to wind our thread counterclockwise around the tension discs here. So there is a little space that you can place your thread in, and it will kind of snap into place and you'll know that it is in the right spot. And then we're going to pull it all the way over to the right. Now that we have our thread over here by the bobbin winder, we do need to place the thread into our bobbin. So I have a bobbin right here, and this machine comes with clear bobbins, so you'll have one that looks pretty similar to this. There is a little hole on one side of the bobbin, and this is where you're going to place your thread through. So you can see the hole is right there where my thumb is. And then what we're going to do is just put the thread up through the middle of the bobbin until we thread it through there. And then we're going to hold the thread up here at the top. So once we've done that, we want to place the bobbin onto the bobbin winder, and it just fits around the middle there, kind of clicks into place. So this is what everything should look like at this point. Your bobbin is on the bobbin winder, and you have the end of the thread between your fingers. To engage the bobbin winding, you just have to move this entire bobbin winder to the right. So we're just gonna click it over like that. And then what that does is it tells the machine that it doesn't want the needle to move. It actually wants the bobbin winder to move. So now we are ready to wind our bobbin. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your foot on the foot pedal and press down. I do recommend just doing it slowly at first so that you can get a nice even tension and you don't lose the thread. So I'm gonna press down, and you'll see the bobbin starts to move. And as long as I have this thread in my hand, everything should wind evenly. And then eventually this thread will kind of spin around so many times that it kind of folds in on itself. So at this point, I know it's not going to go anywhere, so I let go of it, but you can continue to hang on to it if you feel like you need to. So now I'm just going to complete winding the bobbin. Here's another look at the strand of thread that I was holding. You see how it spun on itself so many times it got tangled. So this is the reason why I don't have to hold it anymore, because it's gonna stay like that on top of the outside of the bobbin. You'll know the bobbin is completely full because the thread will eventually get so full that it won't go anymore because of this stopper. So it'll start spinning really, really slowly, or it'll just completely stop spinning. So the trick with winding bobbins is you just want to make sure that you get it as full as possible. And you can see that it's wound really evenly here. Our machine does a really good job of winding it evenly. So now our bobbin is completely wound and we can actually insert it into our machine. Okay, after your bobbin is wound, you want to take it off. So you'll have to move the bobbin winder to the left, and then you will be able to just pull the bobbin off. And you want to cut it. So we're gonna use our little snips here. You can use whatever scissors you have available and just cut our thread. And then there is one more thing you wanna cut. You gotta cut this little thread here off of the top. So I will do that. And then we have a fully wound bobbin. So now let's insert it into our machine. So here we are at the bottom of our machine. The first thing we need to do is remove this extension table. So this comes out just by sliding it. And then you want to open this hinge door here. Now we can remove the bobbin case. So how we do that is we just pull up this little tab here. There's a tab on there, and then you just pull it out. And this is what the bobbin case looks like. It holds our bobbin in here. We want to insert our bobbin so that the thread is rotating in a clockwise direction. So the tail of your thread should be hanging off the right side of your bobbin. And then you just place it inside. And now we need to thread the bobbin case. So the slit here is where you want to run the thread up, and then keep pulling it so it slides all the way in. And then you want the thread to be in between those two clasps there, and you are good to go. Before you insert your bobbin and bobbin case, you may want to give it a little bit of a tension check. When I first bought this machine, the bobbin case was extremely loose, so I did have a little bit of trouble with tension. So I'm just going to show you what you need to do to test the tension of your bobbin case. So I made my tension the way that it should be, and what you want to do is hold your bobbin and bobbin case by the thread, and then if you just give it a little bit of a tug, it will go down like 1 or 2 inches. And that is a good amount of tension. If you ever need to loosen or tighten your tension, your machine comes with this key. So you'll want to use the small end of it to loosen or tighten your bobbin screw. Now we can turn the bobbin case around, and you want to have the thread hanging off the right side. And then to insert it into your machine, you just want to pull this little latch up and hang on to this as you feed it into your machine. And there you go. Now it is in your machine. You'll be able to tell it's in the right place because your thread will be hanging off the right side, and then this metal arm here will be locked into place in this nook of your machine. Once our bobbin case and bobbin are in our machine, we can close the latch, replace our extension table, and then we are ready to finish threading our machine. Okay, so there is one more step we need to take before we're ready to start sewing. So for this part, you need to make sure that the top of your machine is completely threaded. If you need a reminder for how to do this, I will link my how to thread a Singer Tradition sewing machine video in the top right corner, so be sure to check that out. And how you are going to get the bottom thread up to the top is you are going to hold on to the tail of this thread and just pull it so there's a little bit of tension, and then you're going to spin your hand wheel counterclockwise so the needle goes down, and then just keep doing that. And what this will do is it will pull up the thread from your bobbin case, so you can see that thread just popped up, and then you will just want to pull the bobbin thread out. And then you have your 2 strands. So you have both of your threads so that you can start sewing. And that is all there is to it. Now you have everything that you need in order to thread your sewing machine and start sewing. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more quilting and cross stitch videos, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you all next time. Bye.